Microphone check. Harry check. Vadi check. South Africa check. Zimbabwe check. Final check. Coming to 5:30 p.m. Southern African time at Queen's Sports Club in the Southern African country of Zimbabwe, one of the most renowned tournaments on the African calendar, a double life tournament that is annually organized at Queen's Sports Club. We are into the finals either side of the chart. There is one final that is happening between a Zimbabwean and a South African, then another final that is happening between a Zimbabwean and a South African. All other countries, 10 of them they are in number, that have been having more than 130 players combined, from Zambia to Eswatini to Malawi to Kenya to Tanzania to Uganda to Botswana to Nigeria, have all had their participants in the men's category eliminated twice. Nobody has taken 2 lives to this round. The only players that went far with 2 lives maybe were Harry and Royd. Since then, both of them have lost one of their lives. That is why at this stage it is pretty much straight semi-finals. Call them finals of either side of the draw. One of them is Eshka versus Mzamo, but the one that is the center of our attraction is Stephen Paswani. He is called Vadi, the guy that is donning the t-shirt that is grey of Zimbabwe, taking on Harry Houdini, the South African that is nicknamed the Escape Artist. The two are racing tonight for a place in the grand final to take on the winner of the match between Eshka and Mzamo. Those two are very good friends, but we shall be having focus on this one. It is having live streaming on 2 platforms, that is Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Peter Chobe Live YouTube, presented to you by myself, Simon Peter Chobe, presenting to you this action right at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo. Vadi 2 and Harry 2 race to 9. And for those of you who are only now joining the stream, you are watching the South African National Championships losing finalist, the All Africa Pool Championships losing finalist, Houdini. He now leads in the first live final by 4 frames to 2. Sorry for the interrupted audio from the start. Watching Steven Paswani right now playing the biggest match of his life. This young man born in Harare, just about 7 hours away from where we are, has never played a match this big. After defeating Uganda's Herbert Mukesa, who was the youngest player in the competition, in the semi-final of the first live, he has a chance to make it even better if he can defeat a more renowned opponent, South Africa's Harry. It is Zimbabwe's Steven, seemingly. Maybe the cue ball was played with a little too much spin. All he needed was to have full sight of both of the reds, but with the ability to pot at least one of them relatively easy. He's having it a little difficult now. Of course, he wants to be potting. Hopefully he doesn't foul. Yes, he doesn't foul. He plays safe. I'm not so certain it will be safe enough. Harry responds to Vardy's safety with an even better safety from the South African. Off the bottom cushion will come Vardy. Finds red, but doesn't pot. And snookers as well. Safety after safety after safety. Not all the time on purpose. Again, off the cushion comes Harry. He was hoping to be very safe. He looks to be safe only partially. From this camera angle, you can probably realize Vardy will have some sight of the the red that is leftwards of the two. Perhaps has the sight of even another red. He's going for safety. This time round, not safe whatsoever. Of the two players, clearly Harry does have a more superior attack-minded game. And the chance comes big. So he does trust his pattern. There was an easier shot. The yellow that he was closer to the cue ball was portable to the side pocket right. Harry has other ideas. Now with 3 yellows in a frame, he should be taking down. The yellow that is topwards of the two should be played first. Play it with the top spin, bounce the cue ball off 2 cushions, this one and that one, and the movement of the cue ball with pinpoint accuracy. And Vardy knows that Harry's lead is shortly growing from 2 to 3. With the little top spin, he didn't utilize Vardy's red effective enough, but still can put black to the corner pocket at the top left to record his 5th out of 7. And it's in. Harry and South Africa 5, Vardy and Zimbabwe 2. Our head umpire is called Rumbi. One of the most famous umpires in the Zimbabwe Polo Association, ZIPA, who are having some members of the executive committee watching this action from the VIP area. One of the tournaments whose final stages are having some players shunning away from viewing. By the way, you can even hear the noise in the background. It is deafening here. Zimbabwe has one of the most ecstatic pool atmospheres you'll ever find anywhere. They can really mean to support their players, and the reason why it is so hot in terms of the atmosphere of the noise is that on each of the tables on which the two finals are one Zimbabwean apiece. That is this guy Vadi, as well as the second live final that has Eshka taking on his inspiration, the South African Nzamo. With Vadi having the work of trying to put three reds, one of them position crickets, the one he's trying to play now, having to put to the corner pocket top left, the cue ball to go maybe off three cushions at the top end of the table, but having to be on target, off three cushions, but not on target. Not easily finishable by Harry unless he plays yellow off cushion and off red. He will play off cushion, but he will play not to pot, and that will be effective safety play. Now one of Vadi's reds has been rendered dead. Position in between two yellows. Finding it even in the direct shot, let alone off the cushion, is quite difficult. Maybe Vadi will want to play the cue ball into that situation. It's what he wants to do, but in terms of playing on target, he is bigly off. Tatenda Mashora is asking how Stephen Paswani did reach far. He defeated his opponents. The sport, guys, is not exactly the way. It is not one route that there are always people who are meant to reach some stages of competitions. It is pure competition, as pure as that. You fail to beat me, I qualify for the next round. If I lose, it has got nothing to do with the result between me and you. So all the other players that you would have fancied to be this far did not. And in the meantime, if Harry wins this match, he'll reach a grand final of a major African competition for the third time this year. And the little bit of misfortune is that for the first two, he did not win either of them. He lost out to Sean Mathis in February at the All Africa Pool Championships in Durban at the venue that is called the Sun Coast. It's the same player and the same venue to whom Harry lost the South African National Championships finals in the grand final. Both matches were races to 7. Both matches did not see Harry win a major international competition, but he's recognized as one of the best South African players now. In fact, it is he that won the qualification trials for the South African Proteas, the national pool team, as they tried to qualify themselves into the All Africa South Africa team. And it is a competition that they won with this guy Harry as tournament's top scorer and the most valuable player. He also accumulated the highest number of apples in the competition, and yes, once again was named tournament's most valuable player. Norman Madadi from Facebook asking where Ishmael is. He's in Kenya. He's watching this one online. Hopefully he's supporting Harry. Another chance for Harry. He really wants to limit Vadi's options completely. For a choice of free shot, he chooses to play and put one of Vadi's reds, leaving him only with the dead ball on the table. It's even tricky that it could be a stalemate. I'm not so certain the cue ball can pass in between. Vadi will want to consult the umpire. Harry insists the cue ball can pass in some kind of way. It is a little too tricky. Once again, Vadi insists the frame should be a stalemate. Harry insists the cue ball can pass. The umpire may need another cue ball to try and squeeze it in there. See if it can indeed pass in between two of or one of the yellows to find the red. Should it be possible, then Vadi will have to play on in a legal shot. Shouldn't it, then the frame shall be a stalemate. Vadi trying to prove to Harry that from the back it cannot pass. From the front, Vadi himself proves that the cue ball can pass. Now that is the only place where he's supposed to pass the cue ball, but clearly in a straight shot he's never going to. It looks like a legal shot. I'm even surprised it was legal. And snooker sometimes this game, but not a full snooker anyway. Harry still has almost full control of the frame. Even when you look at the position of the black, it is right behind two of his own yellows. And with the shot he has taken, with the ability to put one of his yellows, clearly Vadi's chance to win the frame has been blown in thin air. Harry gives Vadi a chance, call it to play again. Try and put the remaining red on the table by bank off the cushion on the left into the center pocket on the right. Here comes the shot by Stephen Paswani. I doubt he played with intention to put, but he came close to doing so nonetheless. Harry will want to play snooker, and it looks like a snooker. Off the cushion will come Vadi for one final time. Maybe Harry wants a free shot in which he can play the black a little in space before he can go for the frame. He comes off the cushion, Vadi still doesn't put. You are watching the first live final of the Queen's Double F Championship that happens once every year here at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo in Zimbabwe. The tournament is in its fourth edition. The first edition having been won by Jeremiah Naido. That one was an all-men's event. The second edition that was played in 2023 had ladies participate for the first time. There was a men's event that was won by the Ugandan Caesar. The ladies event was won by the Zambian, that is Juliet Nyeka. 2024 we did have the tournament as it was pushed from the month of December to be played between April and May, so it was played in 2025. Won in the men's category by South Africa's Aiden Joseph. It was won in the ladies category by Uganda's Rukia Naiga. It was last year 2025 that the Masters event was introduced as well. The Masters was won by Zimbabwe's Lindani. This time around, Lindani did not win the Masters. Masters has instead been won by South Africa's Mzambo. That is a comp for only players who are over the age of 40. The ladies event has been won for the first time by South Africa's Nicola Razu. She has defeated Uganda's Rashida Motesi in a one-sided final. And as a matter of news, Mzamo has a chance of winning two competitions to try and make history. The Masters champion is involved in the second live final against Eshka. But before, his countryman, Harry, could be a potential opponent in the grand final, because yes, Harry extends his lead in a race to 9 with 8 frames played. It is Harry Houdini 6 and Stephen Paswani 2. After this, there will be one more live stream by myself. That will be the grand final. It will be played between one of these two, and the winner of the match between the Mzamos, that is Ntlaninge and Eshka. It is the third time in the match that Harry is scratching. The first time in the match that Paswani is given a realistic chance from the first 4 frames to win another, which if he does will be a third. For a choice of free shot, he's playing his ball, the red into the yellow. His intention was to put Harry's yellow. His intention hasn't come through really. Again, Vardy plays snooker. The South African escape artist is a big favorite, at least to make it into the final. He's won a good number of tournaments in South Africa, but outside the borders of his country. Harry is still barren. He participated in the Billiards Cafe Classic at the end of last year. He came short. He participated in this very tournament, last year's edition. He didn't make it into the money. There, after the tournament, he had a money match with Uganda's Ibra Sejemba. He was again not successful. He's a better player, a much better player than some of the results that have been coming his way. It is in some of the more official competitions where he has reached further stages, but still not so successful. He did come second in the All Africa Pool Championships, came second in the South African National Championships, came first in the South African Selection Trials, came first at the All Africa Pool Championships team event as the winner of the team event, and becoming top scorer as well as most valuable player of the competition. He also led the break and finish table of the AAPA event. He's playing well enough. That was a shot from the top row of the Cape Town born shooter that is on the verge of winning yet another, as long as he can roll the yellow into the corner pocket top right. It is a narrow miss. He came so close to winning the ongoing frame, but not so close. The fans, like you can hear in the background, are chanting on Vardy to come on, win this one. Instead, a little bit of fear in Harry. Make it possible that a comeback can be done. And with one big shot, Vardy is perhaps pulling off the third frame out of the first 9. And of course, if he doesn't win this one, maybe he'll have very little business trying to win this match and the tournament, in which he is already very successful, because this one is the highest level he's reaching in an international competition throughout his career. We'll be putting the last red, then the cue ball to bounce off the cushion a little with left spin to move leftwards. His idea is to put the last red to the side pocket on the right, and the rest is a formality. And with 9 frames played in the first live final, it is Harry 6 and Vardy 3. After Vardy won a first frame out of 5, Harry was more than able to respond with a clearance of his own. The lead of the South African has grown to 4 frames once again. It is Harry 7 and Vardy 3. Harry needs to win 2 more. Vardy needs to win 6 of the remaining 7. Of course, it's not likely. Nonetheless, possible. Now, after 10 frames played, as per the regulations of the competition, we are having our first timeout of the first live final. But it looks like Cape Town and Durban and Johannesburg, all of the cities that are associated with Harry, could be basking into celebration if he qualifies in a final of a major African competition for the first time in a long while outside South Africa. Timeout for 5 minutes. It is Harry Houdini 7 and Stephen Paswani 3. dear Africa. You are watching the second last match of this competition that has had just about 270 matches that have been played over the course of 4 days. This one is the 269th. The 268th is as well happening on another table. The second live final between Eshka and Mzamo. After then, the 270th will be the winner, will be between the winners of the two, which shall be our grand final. We have Harry seemingly snookered. He will come off the cushion with power, finds the black, and is spotted in what is the better shot of those that he has played so far in the match. Not just the best shot so far, it's also the winning shot of the match. Just like that, the South African qualifies himself into a final of a major African competition for the third time this year. He was in the final of the South African Nationals, losing it. He was in the finals of the All Africa Pool Championships. He lost. He's into the finals of the Queen's Sports Club Double Life Tournament. He's awaiting the winner of the match between the Nzamos to know his opponent. Otherwise, for now, he's at least $2,500 US richer after coming the much better between himself and Zimbabwe's Stephen Paswani. Vadi, final score, Harry Houdini 9 and Stephen Paswani 4. Thank you for watching. See you in the grand final.